Alright, here we go. Couple of things. I'm not going to review Killzone 3, because I don't have it anymore. I traded in for this game, and let's just get to it. Um, I guess I mispronounced it. Uh, Here's the real pronunciation, I guess. Atelier Rorona. Yeah, whatever. It's basically French writing, but it's most of these games are from Japan. Um, it's by Gust and NIS America, and not very common in Europe or America. In fact, I think this took upwards towards 2 to 3 years for this to hit the U.S., which kind of sucks because it's a fun game. Let me try and explain it as best as I can. Um, Basically, you're this girl, and the government says they'll shut your shop down unless you give them certain items every 2 to 3 months. Um, Three items in particular during that set amount of time, and you do that for 3 years. Sounds easy, right? Well, to make those items, since you're an alchemist, you have to make other items to make it. So you have to battle woodland creatures in these sort of dungeon type areas, like forests, mines, and other things, while defeating monsters to get some of the items or find them in hidden chests. Chests. Sorry, kind of hard to say. Um, it's not a hard game, but it's very fun and it can be addictive. I mean, it's the most basic of RPGs like there ever is, um, which makes me it. It's really shocking because I played games like Eternal Sonata, where the like dungeons are such a pain in the ass, and I played games like Kingdom Hearts that have the story, but the gameplay is just not quite up to par, or the opposite with Kingdom Hearts 2. It had better gameplay, but the story just wasn't quite as great as the first one. Um, and everyone knows about Pokemon. I mean, overdone story, the gameplay. Only recently they finally added some improvements and better characters, such as Kafagrigus, which I still need to evolve my Yamask into that. But this is a limited edition, obviously, and if you have a PS3, I suggest getting this. I mean, it's so fun, and let me show you what's in the limited edition. This is $40. The game itself is, with tax and everything, probably 30. So you're only spending about $10 for the art book go inside. Here's the game. It's still new. I'm really shocked because it didn't come with any plastic or anything. It still looks pretty nice. I try to keep it in great condition. I'm not gonna ever take it out of this box and put it with my other games because the case is in such nice condition. But I'll show you the art book. Um, Here we are. Um, and so there's several main characters, and you have to buy books from them so you can make a lot of the items to make the main items and for the game. So you get assignments from the government, and a knight in particular, a knight, since it's so. Um, you get main items from him that you have to make, and then there's a front desk lady you give her smaller items, and you get money. And you spend that money on the books to make the big items for the knight. Kind of complicated, but it's really not. Um, and mind you, you do have to go to dungeons sometimes, but not always. Just for the main items. Because you're an alchemist, you have to synthesize items, like in Kingdom Hearts with that stupid Keyblade thing, which I never was able to synthesize. Um, but yeah, you get it. So there's the main character, Rorona. Then there's Corey. She's like your first friend. She's wealthy, but she doesn't really do anything. Um, she has an attitude problem. Um, I don't know much about her yet. I haven't met her yet in the game. Apparently, those two cat things are her puppets, and I guess they can speak and they make fun of her or something. I don't know. Here's some busty chick with a pocket watch around her neck. Yeah. Yeah, no, this game is rated T for teen for sexual themes, use of alcohol, um, fantasy violence, and language. Yeah, I haven't seen much on language. Sexual themes, yeah, that busty chick the and the fact that your master Astrid, who's like a full-on alchemist, who's supposed to teach you stuff, but she's lazy and a bitch. She, comes on to you, or she at least pretends to anyway. Here are her two, the main alchemist, your master. These are two homunculus. If you've seen Full Metal Alchemist, you know what a homunculus is, basically. So they're both called Hom. Hom male, Hom female. Wow. Here's the cook, who gives you your first main book, spell book, Ixil. You can just call him Ixie in the game. Kind of lame, but whatever. And here's the knight, who gives you all your assignments. So he's the guy you give the big ass items to. Gio, he's like some, I don't know what you'd call him. Entrepreneur. No. He just calls himself retired, but he has like hella expensive stuff that he wanted to give you, and so he just pays you back the money he owed you. Some musician. I mean, honestly, okay. Here's another guy. So this guy will give you a book to make bombs, and here is the main alchemist. You don't play her. She's like your master, but she's such a bitch, and she pretty much like just pretends to come on to you to freak you out because you're like shy and freaky and whiny, and you really didn't want to like own the shop. Basically, Atelier Rorona, it's her shop. In French, Atelier something, however you say that, basically means workshop in French. Which I don't know why there's French in a Japanese game, honestly, but whatever. I didn't make it, and even the back is in French. There's extra. They put everything in French on the back, even though this is the United States, which is cool, because French is a nice language. But yeah, so all separate stuff underneath. It's actually, there's a clubs next to it. Like I'm the king of clubs 100, same thing. It's just a club. It supports up to 1080p, which is cool. 1400 megabytes, which is a lot more than Killzone 3, God of War 3, even Castlevania for the PS3 and 360. I swear. The combat's pretty simple. You got attack, items, skills. Skills relatively are kind of weird, since there's no real limit until like it doesn't tell you what your limit is. You just see a bar in the left corner. There's like a weird, kind of like in Kingdom Hearts, there's a health bar that's green, and then there's like another one for the other characters. There's something like that, but it's for skills. I'm not sure how it works. I've gotten to like 1, and then it resets. So you can use a fair amount of the skills, and it won't take anything away from you. Um, but yeah, this is one of those fun games that it sucks that just because the European market didn't like it, it's not going to sell like anywhere else outside Japan. I mean, that's really sad. Um, I hope people will start buying this and picking it up so that the sequel, yeah, there's a sequel already out in Japan, will come in 2 years to the States, because you have no clue how fun this is. It's addictive. Apparently, Claudekill reviewed it, and he lost because of the timer. Because you have to have your assignments done within like 2 to 3 months each. But yeah, get this game.